The change you've been waiting for starts with you. It's not about where you started. It's about the decision you make today to think bigger, to believe harder, to work smarter. How your mind works is you are either pre-playing your future or you are replaying your past. You are either working from imagination or you are working from memory. And the person that you're about to hear from knows that journey all too well. From building wealth through faith and focus to helping thousands change their mindset, their money, and their mission. I'm here to remind you that success is not reserved for the chosen few. It's for those of you who choose to believe that life will give you exactly what you demand from it.
If you are looking to transform your audience or transform your bank account, you want to book the Damon Dillard.
With Damon Dillard, somebody that I call the best speaker in the world.
He gonna have you ready to move your feet, man. He gets the crowd going. He's my favorite speaker of all time. I even dress like him, from down to the shoes.
So lock in, open your heart, because in the next few moments, your perspective and your mind is about to shift. Let's get it, let's grow, let's elevate. All right. What's going on, Miss Dana? Talk to me.
Love that. That's amazing. How are you? How have you been? It's been, I don't know, 6 months or so since you last joined us?
Listen, I've been admiring you all. I mean, the growth that I see in your team right now has been incredible. I've been watching from the sidelines, inspired. I'm like, man, I might have to throw my hat back in and start building a team. My God, I'm trying to be like, can I be a part of Empower Life Group? Send me a jersey. Put me in the game, coach.
I might actually have to send you a shirt and a hat. Will you rep us?
I absolutely will.
So I did a show of hands before we spotlighted you. How many people know who Damon Dillard is? How many people who don't? There are people who don't know who you are. I'm shocked. What?
Y'all fix that. All right, y'all supposed to be my PR team. What's up with that? Right? No, it's all good. I always thought I was a lot more famous than I am, and then my wife reminds me every single day of who I really am. She says, "Take out the trash and please make sure the dishes are in the dishwasher." And okay, no maids yet. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know me.
Well, could you please do us a quick favor before you start pouring life into this team? Give us a little bit of background on Damon's story. You have a great story, by the way. I love your story. I love you. I've known Damon for, let's see, I'm going to say indirectly for maybe 3 or 4 years now. We really started talking and connecting a couple of years ago. Yeah. Couple of years ago.
For sure. Yep.
A little longer than that, because I had you as a guest when I was running the Lincoln Heritage sales team. And you always leave me better than when you found me. No matter what, whether it's a phone call, a voice memo, a Facebook message. When we joined your mindset calls for 4 weeks with the team, there has never been a moment or a conversation or a connection with you that has never left me better. Wow. And so I'm honored to know you, to be in your presence, in your circle, and just want to thank you so much for giving an hour of your time today for the team. So can you please tell everybody who you are, what you do, and let's get into it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I want to honor you as well. I want to acknowledge you. Obviously, I saw a lot of your videos 2-3 years ago. I think you were one of the only people in the final expense space that, for all intents and purposes, kept it real. I've been in the space now for a little over a decade. I got my license in March of 2014. Actually spent my first 4 years with Lincoln Heritage, went independent in 2018, built out an agency for another maybe 4 to 5 years, dissolved of my agency in 2022 to go full-time in coaching and consulting. So I wanted to acknowledge you right back, because around that transitional period for me where I was like, okay, I feel like God is calling me to something a little bit higher, a little bit different in a sense. Your videos really confirm some things for me where I think there are some ways of being, there are some things that are being taught in the space, not just final expense, but in the insurance industry as a whole, that's really calling for better leadership. I think a lot of tactics and strategies are being shared more times than not, but the actual building of people is the only thing that truly builds a business. And so if we're not concentrating on who people are becoming within our agencies, then we'll consistently be chasing a number, and ultimately people won't be fulfilled. And in my opinion, the only reason we build a business is to help people. So I shouldn't just want to help my clients. I also need to help the people that are working alongside of me. So that's a glimpse of my story. I'm trying to think. Well, I guess I could start with this part of my story. Number one, family, I was born at a very young age.
That joke never gets old, by the way.
I don't know. Like some of them like the joke. They didn't know. They know. And family, from a very young age, I did everything. Somebody say everything in the chat. Somebody say everything in the chat. I did everything that my mama told me to do. All right. I lived my life morally and ethically well. Matter of fact, mama said, go to school, get great grades. Family, I did so well that I graduated kindergarten at the top of my class. Okay. Chris wasn't amused. I'm trying. He gave me a smirk. That was it. Try harder. Okay, I apologize. Family, so throughout the entire day, I am going to crack some corny jokes, and I'm short like Kevin Hart. I do not have his bank account quite yet, but if you all want to make this go a lot smoother for both of us, all you have to do is put 4 letters in the chat. Are you all ready? Ha, ha. Okay, so go ahead and put that in the chat. But anyway, family, things did not get much better from there. I graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA. Unfortunately, that is not a joke. I did go to college, and I came out of college as a sophomore. Matter of fact, I know some of you want to give me a round of applause right now. You may want to give me square snaps. Like I graduated early. No, family, I never said I graduated. I just simply decided that I was done. Okay, the only reason I went to college was to play college basketball. And so that's pretty much the... Wait a minute, Dana? Dana, did you feel that? Wait, did you all feel that? I don't know if that was Mike. I don't know if that was Marcus. It might have been John. I'm not really sure. It might have been Matt. Okay, it was definitely Lewis. Okay. Let me just go ahead and get this out of the room right now. I feel like many of you all were judging me and sizing me up just now when I said I played college basketball. And here's the truth of the matter, fellas. We're just gonna get this out of the way so I can get to teaching. Don't none of y'all want no smoke. Okay, I'm just saying it because you were thinking it. I'm just saying. So anyway, fast forward, family. I came out of college in 2013, and I came out to a very, very different set of circumstances than anybody else. Like, I didn't have time to stick my toe in the proverbial waters of entrepreneurship. I didn't have time to figure out the workforce. I didn't have time to join different internships and spend time in my mother's basement until things got better or I figured out what was for me. What I had to do was take care of my responsibilities. Family, I had already had 4 children. I had a girlfriend who's now my wife. And so, wait a minute. Okay, Dana, did you feel that? What? Man, like, I'm just trying to teach. Dana, I don't know if you felt that, but you got a judgmental team here. My God. Okay, y'all heard me correctly. Your boy said I was in college. I came out of college. Dana, as soon as I said 4 kids, I feel like they was judging me. And family, in 2025, we listen and we do not judge. And so, yes, to answer your all's questions, in college, my favorite subjects were physical education and science. And so anyway, no, I'm just playing. All right. Some of y'all not awake yet. You'll catch that on the way home. So anyway, family, for me, I had a pursuit. All right. If you all want to take notes, now you can start taking notes. I'm done with the jokes, right? For some reason, Dana, I just always had a pursuit of better. Like, I didn't necessarily, 12 years ago, I didn't know what better necessarily meant. I didn't know what it meant to be rich. I didn't know what it meant to be wealthy. But for me, I knew that I wanted better. I wanted better than what I had seen before. I wanted better than the way that I was currently living. Yes, I had real world responsibilities. I had 5 people that was dependent on my decision making, but I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know whether to go up, down, left, right. And so I'll never forget a friend of mine introducing me to entrepreneurship. Some of you have gotten that phone call before where someone hits you up and they say, hey, listen, a millionaire is coming into town. They invite you to a hotel. It seems very skept at first. You're like, okay, what is this about again? And they end up introducing you to like network marketing or relationship marketing. Well, family, I found my mentor in a network marketing company in 2013. It was actually October of 2013. I've been put on record to say that in life, you only learn one of two ways. You learn through mistakes or you learn through mentors. You learn through pain or you learn through people. And for 28 years of my life, I have been learning from a tremendous amount of pain. And so I believe what a mentor does is they give you an immediate escape from your past and they give you a vivid vision of your future. A mentor or even a coach, many times when you only see to the cliff, they can see that there's actually a curve. You may only see to the hill, they see over the hill. Like the mentor essentially is your life GPS, your life guide. And so I'm extremely grateful. I would not be before you all right now had I not had incredible mentors, both inside of the insurance industry and outside of the insurance industry. So I had my bout with network marketing for about a year and a half. I got my license in March of 2014. And I immediately failed. Like my story is no different from anybody else. Family, I've been in sales, I feel like for my entire life. I've actually been in the sales industry for over 25 years. We've done over 18 different industries. Up to this point, a little over $40 million in revenue. And just in the last 6 years alone, we've done a little over $30 million in revenue. So family, the story ends good. Obviously, I wouldn't be before you all right now if the story didn't end good. But I was no different from anybody else that got into this industry. I feel like when it comes to the insurance industry, Dana, everybody has two different dates, right? You have the date where you actually get your life insurance license. That's one date. Mine was March of 2014. And then you have the date where you commit. Can somebody say commit in the chat? Where you commit to becoming a professional in the industry. Family, 97% of people in this industry right now are novice, right? They choose to stick their toe in the water. They attempt to try to make it work. They will sell a deal every once in a while. They will show up to the call and do absolutely nothing afterwards. Family, I am not the pot calling the kettle black. I was that guy. I am not immune from being a human being. There was so much growing I had to do when I got into the industry. You know what I say, Dana? I say this industry is very, very similar to the movie Snow White. Does anybody have children? Does anybody remember the movie Snow White? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, very interesting. I know it because obviously I have children, and I think it's a great movie, all right? I'm going to be honest. It's a great movie, okay? But there was a particular part of the movie where the queen, the evil queen, she had this magic mirror, right? And she walks up to the mirror and she says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, right? And the mirror says back to her, my fair lady, you are the fairest, you are the most beautiful, blah, 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 right? Family, I believe that not only entrepreneurship, but specifically for this call, the life insurance industry, final expense, is exactly like that mirror. When you all get into the industry and you get your life insurance license or you're going through the process of getting licensed, you are looking at this proverbial mirror that is represented as the vehicle of life insurance. And what you are saying is, hey, the reason, Dana, the reason final expense, the reason insurance, I want to do this is because I want a better school for my children. I'm looking to retire my spouse. I want to make sure that I can provide the lifestyle that I've never had a chance to enjoy in my own life. I want financial freedom. I want freedom of my time. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, for as long as I want, with whoever I want to do that with. I want to no longer have to take vacations. I want to live my life in a separate part of the world whenever I choose to. You know what? I do want to create generational wealth. I do want to create a legacy. Dagnabbit, I have worked hard enough for long enough for other people. Now it's my turn to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And so you go into this stating everything you want. Now listen to me, family. Here's the challenge. What most of you think right now, I'm even going to go as far as to say all of it. What everyone thinks, because I was the same way, is that in order for me to get those things, in order for me to achieve my wants, in order for me to attain my desires, what the industry is asking of me is to learn a script. It's asking me to learn the rebuttals to certain objections. It's asking me to be a better communicator. It's asking me to master underwriting, to master certain carriers, to master certain language. But let me help everybody out. That's the farthest thing from the truth. Family, 99% of the people in this industry are failing. Why? Because you've already mastered those things. There's not one person on the line right now that doesn't know how to talk. You got a mouth. You know how to talk. Family, the script, my daughter knows that. She's 13. She's heard it many times. She knows tonality. She knows pacing. She knows volume. We all know that. Family, if information was all you needed, we'd all be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Family, we are living in the greatest time ever, as they say, of mankind. You can chat GPT how to do just about anything. You can Google how to do just about anything. You can YouTube how to do anything. And so why are so many agents failing? Here's why. Because family, what that mirror said back to me was not master a script. No. It didn't say master the products. It didn't say master underwriting. Here's what it said. It said, Damon, your talent is always going to get you somewhere where your character cannot keep you. I'm going to say that again. Your talent is going to get you somewhere where your character cannot keep you. Family, this business is a university of personal self-development with a compensation plan attached to it. So in other words, your income, write this down, will never, somebody say never to yourself. Just say never to yourself. Your income will never exceed who you are, not what you know. Family, I can promise you, 99% of you are way smarter than me. Like I said, I graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA. I did not graduate from college. Matter of fact, I went to college for 5 years and probably have less credits than a 2-year degree. Family, I was mentally and physically abused by my stepfather from 5 years old up to 16. Family, I've had many failed relationships, many burnt bridges. I've been to jail. Family, nobody could pick me out of a lineup to say, you know what? Yeah, he's going to be the one to go to Dubai and all these different countries and get paid to speak for a living. He's the one that's going to be the TEDx speaker. He's going to be the one to go on and mentor and coach all these people. No one would have guessed that. And so when I came into the life insurance industry, guess what? The person that had that background came in with me. And write this down. Family, you take you wherever you go. And so what that mirror was telling me is he was saying, Damon, what I need you to do is, number one, I need you to become a husband. Not become a better husband. I need you to become a husband. Damon, I need you to become a better leader. I need you to become a better communicator. Damon, I need you to be more organized. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Just go ahead and write these down. These are called character traits. Family, if for whatever reason you're not making the money that you want to make in this industry, it shows up in 2 areas. Number 1, your character. Number 2, your skill sets. Okay, Damon, what is character? Family, character is who you are when no one is looking. Character is who you are when you're no longer on the Zoom call or the breakout room with Dana. Character is not your cute, curated caricature of an individual on social media. Character is who you are behind closed doors. Character, write this down, are things like discipline, resilience, consistency, perseverance, patience, resourcefulness, imagination. That is your character. And I can promise you right now, if any of you feel in any of those areas, well, Damon, I am disciplined. No, it's not a question of whether you are those facets or not. That's not the question. The question is, how disciplined are you? The question is, how much do you use your imagination? Because guess what? For where I am as an entrepreneur right now, the level of discipline that's required is vastly different from my first year in entrepreneurship. And I think Dana can agree. The amount of discipline it takes to be a Dana Neeson is extremely different from what Dana was probably required to do her first year in sales. And so it's not, oh, I am disciplined. No, you may be. But the question is, write this down, what's required for your goals? You may be focused, but what amount of focus is required for your goals? Next area, skill sets. Family, I believe there are four core skill sets that Dana obviously works with you on. I think these are the four skill sets that if you master these, you can write your check in any entrepreneurial endeavor. Number one is communication. Communication is a skill. And in my opinion, family, communication is the number one highest paid skill in the world. Well, Damon, I am a great communicator. Yeah, outwardly. So understand that's not what I'm talking about here. I know you know how to talk to other people. My question is, family, how do you talk to you? About 85 to 90% of the conversations that you're having every single day are with you. Stay with me on this. 85 to 90% of the conversations that you're having every single day are with you. Family, do you mind if I teach you something about your mind? Somebody say yes. Family, a little over a decade ago, I became obsessed with the mind. I stopped being obsessed with tactics and strategies. I stopped being obsessed with the industry. I stopped being obsessed with products and how to sell and what script. I started being obsessed with the mind. Why? Because I can't go anywhere without it. I don't do anything without my mind. And so what I started to ask myself, Dana, was, okay, what makes me capitulate on my goals? What makes me procrastinate? How many of y'all say I'm a procrastinator? Like you made a self-proclaim, I am a procrastinator. What makes me lack confidence? What makes me lack self-esteem? What makes me know what to do, but I can't seem to do what I know? What makes me call Dana and say, listen, oh my God, Dana, I'm so motivated. This month, watch my smoke. Yeah. Watch me, Dana. Watch what I'm going to do this month. And then what makes you go backwards on what you just stated you would do? Family, I wanted to know that because I'm like, yo, I know there's nothing wrong with me, but come here, y'all. How many of you all were like I was 10 years ago? I was reading all the books. I was watching all the podcasts. Listen, if there was a webinar, workshop, bootcamp challenge, if there was some type of training or teaching platform where I could learn more information, Damon was doing that. And I was frustrated because my life was not showing evidence of all the things I had learned. And so I said, there's got to be something wrong with me. Like, what am I not getting right? I'm saying, come on, can we just be honest on this call? Somebody say be real in the chat. Just say be real in the chat. If we're being honest, let's be real. Family, you have sized other people up that are making incomes that are far greater than yours, and you have said to yourself, ain't no way this fool is better than me. Can we just be honest? Like, y'all done met some wealthy idiots. Come on, can we just, hey, Dana said I could be real on this call. Family, when I came into the insurance industry, I went to the first meeting and I looked around and I was like, first of all, y'all not as handsome as I am. Y'all don't got the swag that I got, and I know I can talk, right? Family, I could do this a decade ago, but stay with me. I was broke. Something's not adding up here. What am I doing wrong? And so I started to research the mind. Write this down in your notes. Family, 95%, write this down, 95% of your daily thoughts and your daily behaviors are unconscious. Go ahead, somebody break out the Macaulay Culkin for me real quick. Go, what? Now, if you're not doing that, that means that you don't even know what that means. And some of you are just way too young to remember Home Alone. Dana, I think I'm just showing my age. My God. Y'all say, what is Home Alone? I've never seen that before. All right, you ain't never enjoyed Christmas then. I thought they played around Christmas time every year. Anyway, I digress. Family, 95% of your daily thoughts and behaviors are unconscious. 95% of your daily thoughts and behaviors are unconscious. Okay, Damon, why are you making that as a point? Here's why. Because, family, if something is unconscious, write this down, that means it's on autopilot. Okay, 95% of my daily thoughts and my daily behaviors are on autopilot. Damon, what does that mean? Okay, let me make it even more simple. Family, things that are on autopilot is something that you no longer have to think about. In other words, when you brush your teeth every single day, you don't have to think about that. When you put your pants on every single day, whether it's the right leg or the left leg, you don't have to think about that. The way that you shower every single day, the way that you groom yourself every single day. Check me out here. The way that you receive information every single day, the way that you are listening to me right now, the way that you are taking notes, the way that you are dazing off into nothingness because you're bored on this call, the way you're doing anything right now, check me out, family. It's conditioned. It is automatic. Okay, Damon, why is that so important to know? Stay with me. Here's why this is so important. Because, family, if something is automatic, write this down, that means it has been, once again, conditioned. So, in other words, if something is conditioned, family, are you ready for this? That means you didn't come to the world this way. Okay, you all look confused. All right, I don't know if this is wrapped enthusiasm or sheer boredom at this point. All right, let me help everybody out. Family, do me a favor and drop a 1 in the chat if you are an introvert. If you're an introvert, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat right now. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got. Hey, they're alive. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Okay. We got some 1s. All right. Wait a minute. Let me pull up my. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up. They gave me this fancy little setup over here. I'm trying to learn it. Okay. Okay. So we got some introverts. Family, I have a very basic question. I want you all to tell me in the comments right now. Who told you that? Oh, no, Damon, I'm an extrovert. Great. Who told you that? Somebody said me. Family, I'm going to prove to you in the next couple of moments that everything and anything that you do and are right now has been conditioned. Means you've learned it somewhere. Okay, let me take you all back. You all wanted to know a little bit about me. Family, I was born 8 pounds, 7 ounces. Now, to all of my mothers in the room, you just gasp. Yep, I was a big baby. I was a roly-poly baby. And yes, my head has always been this big. That's probably why I was 8 pounds, 7 ounces. Family, I was a chubby baby. My grandma used to tell me all the time, Damon, you look like you got your limbs from Kmart, right? See, some of y'all way too young to even remember what Kmart is. But anyway, family, I was a chunky baby. And can I be honest? Damon Dillard was a nudist, okay? Don't judge me. As a baby, y'all, you could not keep a diaper on me, okay? Listen, if you put a diaper on, I don't care whether it's soiled or not, that thing is coming off, right? I'm running around the house in all of my glory. The only thing that I had on me was a bottle, a binky, my sippy cup. I might have had my blankie, and all of my glory was out, right? And so, family, I ran around the house. I was a chunky baby. Now, whenever somebody would come by the house, I would open the door, and guess what? I would still be naked. And then as time went along, family, my mother began to share with me ways of living that were appropriate. And one of the first things she taught Damon to do was to put some pants on, boy. And so I don't know if you all remember this. I honestly think that you all have had some secret conversations with my mother, and I'm going to prove it to you. Family, as time went on in my life, she began to share with me these rules to success, right? These ways of living to get a predictable result. And as time went along, family, whenever I would go outside, I'm going to prove to you that you've been talking to my mama. She would always say this saying, and she would say it over and over and over and over and over again. And she would say, Damon, on your way to your friend's house, do not talk to, somebody finish the sentence. Very interesting. My God. Gene Parrish, that is crazy work. Gene Parrish said wolves. Now, okay, so now we probably know a lot about Gene's business as well. My man Gene is all over the place. He is a little analytical. He said, it's got to be the wolves. Wait a minute, brother. Stay with the story, okay? You're getting a little too far ahead. I don't know about Gene. All right, so anyway, don't talk to strangers. She was saying all the time, Damon, do not talk to strangers. And then one day, somebody say one day in the chat. Somebody say one day in the chat. And then one day, guess what happened, family? I was at church and my mom walks up to me and she attempts to introduce me to a stranger. Mama walks over to me and she says, hey, little Damon, I want you to meet such and such. And she says, little Damon, say hi to such and such. Now, family, I thought this was a test. And so I looked up at my mama, and then I looked up at the person, and I looked at my mama, and I looked at the person, and then I looked at my mama, and then I looked at the person. And family, of course, because I'm a good boy, I'm going to listen to my mama. I said nothing. And she said, boy, don't act like that. Say hi to the man. Not going to trick me. You're not going to trick me. And then something happened. And then my mom said something. And I believe your mom said the same thing to you. And here's what she said. She looked at the person and she said, oh, don't mind him. And then she looked at me and said, he's just shy. And I said, I am shy. I am shy. I am shy. So when I go into crowds, I don't talk because I am shy. What is that? What does that mean? Oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, okay. Now, family, as you can tell today, I obviously did not keep that as my identity. I am an ambivert. Damon, what is an ambivert? An ambivert, family, is an introvert and an extrovert. Damon, what does that mean? That means I am introverted enough to go into private and gather information so I can be extroverted enough to come into a community like this and share wisdom. So I'm the type of person that I can be around people and then I can't be around people. Anybody like that? Listen, I am the uncle at Thanksgiving. I'm going to play spades with you, and then I got to bounce because it's a bit too much for me. So again, the question becomes, family, who told you that? 95%, stay with me, of your daily thoughts and your daily behaviors are unconscious. And so anything, somebody say anything. Family, the way that you think, the way that you process information, the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you feel about your potential, the way that you feel about your problems, the way that you feel about the possible solutions, 95% of that is unconscious. Okay, Damon, you made your point, but why is that a problem? Here's why that is a problem. Family, drop a 1 in the chat if the reason why you're even in this career, the reason why you're even in this room right now, the reason why you listen to Dana, the reason why you're in the insurance industry is because what you desire is a different future. Drop a 1 in the chat. Oh, yeah, I desire a different future. Yeah, I definitely want to make way more money than I'm making right now. I definitely want to improve my lifestyle. I definitely want to have more choices. Yes, I want a different future, Damon. Of course. Well, then I got a question. How in the world do you expect to experience a better future when 95% of everything you do is based on your past? How in the world do you expect to have a profitable future when 95% of your thoughts and behaviors are based on a problematic past? Let me make it a little bit more plain for everybody else. How in the world are you going to open new doors when you are still using old keys? And see, this is why Dana and I get along so well. Because what we both understand is, family, you can say the script until you're blue in the face. You know, Dana, I'm going to talk directly to Dana because I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way because I don't know y'all like that yet. I love you, but I don't know you, so I don't know if I like you. I love Dana, right? And so I'm going to talk directly to Dana. You know the funniest thing that I hear a lot, Dana, is whenever agents come to me and they're like, well, I'm gonna do it, but I'm waiting on my carriers. You're doing what? I'm waiting on, well, how many carriers you got? I got 2. I'm just waiting on the rest of them. Or they say things like, oh my God, oh, have you seen the leads lately? Oh my God, the price of leads. Oh my God. Okay, family, I'm gonna sound like an uncle right now because I know many of y'all do not know my age. I've been around the block, okay? Family, I've been in this industry for 12 years, and so do you mind if I sound like an uncle real quick? Like the uncle that always used to tell you, I used to walk 4 miles to school. Y'all got it way too good. Well, I'm gonna sound like that just for a brief second. Family, my first company was a captive company. I was on a 70% contract. I had somebody say 1 in the chat. I had 1 carrier. One. Family, I didn't even know that there were other carriers out there. I swear to God, I didn't even know. Oh, by the way, how much were your leads, Damon? Oh, I'd love to tell you. Family, my leads for a TV lead was $42, and my direct mail leads were $37. Oh, I would have definitely shopped around. To who? I didn't have a choice. Oh, and by the way, from January 9th of 2015 to April 7th of 2015, we earned over $155,000. About 30,000 of that was spent on leads. Wait a minute, Damon, you made 120 grand in 3 and did with one company with one, by the way, no, not one company that had multiple products. No, we had final expense or modified. That was all you got. And so you mean to tell me that you have a plethora, I know I sound like I'm venting, just stay with me, I'm going somewhere with this. You mean to tell me you have a plethora of options now and you can barely make 10 grand a month? Oh, this business is so hard. No, it's not. You're just distracted. No, it's not. You just don't work on yourself. Family, I am not the pot calling the kettle black. From March of 2014 to January, the date that I just told you all about, I struggled in the business. Now, here's what's interesting. I didn't struggle because I wasn't good at sales. I didn't struggle because what I can do in front of you all right now, I've been doing this my whole life. I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. And so from the age of 4, I've been knocking on old people's doors. Some of y'all catch that on the way home. Anyway, since a kid, I've been doing sales. Family, we had a meeting every single Thursday night where I would have to take a passage of scripture and I would have to disseminate the information, give an introduction, give the body of the text, and create a lesson and do that within 5 to 7 minutes. And I would get off the stage at 5 years old after speaking to 500 people, and they would judge me and not criticize, but they would do it in a loving way in front of everybody. They would say, well, Damon, you need to improve your gestures. Damon, you need to improve your eye contact. Damon, you need to improve the way that you pace and you lead, your volume, your family. So I am a professional speaker. I have been born to do this. In addition to that, I believe that God has given me the gift of communication. But I was broke. How do you explain that? Family, I believe I'm the greatest salesman in the world. I truly do. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Jeremy Minor, who? Dana will get that. It was a joke. It was just a joke. Jeremy, if you're watching this, don't send your team after me, okay? Family, I'm not saying that because I'm in competition with anybody. That is my personal belief in self. But it begs the question, why at the end of 2014, I have my insurance license, but I'm 3 months past due on my rent, 3 months past due on my utilities. I'm on the verge of about to lose anything and everything that I loved at that time, but all the potential in the world, all the skill in the world, I have my insurance license. Why is it not working for me? Family, I want to give you 3 very fundamental things, and then I'll get out of your hair quicker than your favorite shampoo. because Dana knows I could give a whole symposium off of one question. Hey, so every single morning I speak to groups of entrepreneurs. So just to kind of give you guys a glimpse into what I do now, I still do coaching and mentorship, but typically what entrepreneurs will do is they will bring in their groups and they will have me basically rearrange all the furniture in their mind mentally. And I teach sales and all this stuff. And so I was supposed to teach 15 things on my list of 15 things that people must give up in order to go up in 2026. And Dana, in an hour, how many things you think I got to?
1.
I only got to 1. Listen. Only 1. Yes. I was in peak every year in school because I talk too much. It's okay. So I'm gonna give you all 3 things, all right? And this is totally off the head. I didn't write anything for y'all. This is just, if I could go back to when I was not winning in insurance, the 3 things that I would do. Number 1, clarify. Write that down. The number 1 thing that I would do is I would clarify. Okay? In other words, if I was to have a one-on-one conversation with you right now, Sydney, stay with me. See, okay. Nobody saw what Sydney did, right? I like her glasses, so I ain't going. Family, the number 1 thing that I would do, all right, is ask you, if we were having a one-on-one call right now, I've asked Dana this question before. I would ask you, and please feel free to put this in the chat, what do you want? Basic question, very simple question. But do not allow the simplicity of it to overthrow the significance of it. Again, the question is, what do you want? Family, when it comes to the life insurance industry, why are you doing it? And check me out. As vague as your answer is, there is a direct correlation to your behavior. Family, entrepreneurship is not an emotional game. It is a database game. And so the challenge that you're having right now is you can't emotionally do what's required to get the results you want because you have no data backing your why. Damon, that didn't make any sense to me. Okay, let me ask you. Somebody put in the chat, what is your income goal per month right now? Put it in the chat. What is your monthly income goal? Put it in the chat. Okay, I see 25K, I see 20K, I see 40,000, I see 30,000. Awesome and amazing. Okay, there are 48 people on the line, and so obviously there are not 48 people that are coachable and teachable because I just asked them to do something, and they're not going to do it because this is a serious entrepreneurship call, and I'm not going to be tricked into having fun. I'm not going to answer in the chat. You're not going to get me, Mr. Dillard, with your high energy, high income. I am working on leads right now. Well, keep your results then. 30K. All right, question. For everybody that answered in the chat, for everybody else that's going to stay broke, see, when you don't work for nobody, you get to do what you want. All right, so anyway, family, how many families must you assist to hit that goal? Family, you and I both know that you are pulling numbers out of you know what. You and I both know that. Watch this. What happens typically is the most common answer that I get for the income goal is 10,000, right? And then when somebody says, I need to help at least 10 to 15 families, here's what I say. Oh, you definitely don't know your numbers. And here's the problem. Listen to me on this. Here's the issue with that. Family, You will never, ever hit a target that you can't see. You will never hit a target that you can't see. Family, your mind is like the GPS for your entire life. And so, you know what's so funny? We know conceptually what a GPS does. We know that if I go into the Maps app on my phone, if I go into the GPS in my car, I know that the first thing I must do, write this down, is I have to put a destination in. I can't get to somewhere I've never been before from somewhere that I am without directions. Correct? Or maybe I'm the only person that uses it. I don't know. Are y'all with me? Okay. So I can't, say it again, Damon. I can't get to somewhere I've never been before without directions. Family, your mind is the GPS for your entire life. And can I be quite honest with you? If your income goal ends in all zeros, you're being lazy. You're making up numbers. Well, Damon, how can you say that? You don't know my goals. Here's why I'm going to say that. Family, for many of you, the goals that you're creating right now, in other words, the destination that you're creating right now is almost like you go to the Maps app in your phone, you go to your GPS in your car, and you're saying, get me there. And then you wonder why every single month looks very similar to the last, why every single year it feels like you're living in this cyclic way of living where you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down and you're trying to make it happen. Family, some of you have become a little bit more specific, but you're still going to the GPS of your car and putting in, take me somewhere hot. And so you're ending up in Albuquerque, New Mexico when you wanted to be in Atlanta, Georgia. And because you got there, you think you're making progress, but it doesn't quite feel like success. Why? Family, because you never clarified with specificity what you really want. And so you're going after a goal that you've never created before. You know, it's so funny. I'm in rooms all the time and people will say, I want to be a millionaire. Great. How much is that per month? Oh, you want to be a millionaire? How much is that per day? Which means you've never put any actual thought into it. Damon, what does that mean? Family, if you've ever worked a job before, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. Let me prove what I'm saying. If you've ever worked a job, okay, watch this. Family, when you work a job, your job is dictated by your current way of being. Okay, stay with, what does that mean? Okay. Family, you can only behave in a way that's congruent with the way that you see yourself. I'm going to say that again. You can only behave in a way that's congruent with the way that you see you. That is called your personal identity. The way you see yourself. I am only going to behave consistent with the way that I see me. When you are working a job, you see yourself as an employee. Thus, you do everything that's required to keep that job. You will show up on time. You will show up before time. You will take your scheduled lunch, your scheduled breaks. Why? Because of a result that you can predict. I know every 2 weeks, I better get paid. It's not even I want to get paid. I better get paid. And if my check is incorrect, there's going to be some furniture moving around here. It was predictable. And then what happens is you come into this world of entrepreneurship and you think there isn't a predictable result. Thus, your actions are whimsical. Your actions are fleeting. I'm not motivated. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you can stay motivated for a 40-hour-a-week job? You can show up every single day, do your work. Damon, I can never sit for 8 hours straight and make calls. Wait a minute. But you did that in corporate America. Why can't you do it now? Here's why. Because you don't know your end result. You do not know your end result with absolute clarity. Family, I'm not saying that those numbers that you put in the chat isn't what you really want. It could be. You could want 25,000 a month. But I'm going to give you one better. Write this down. I believe I'm almost done, so I can't even cover the other two. Family, write this down. Number one, I would want you to ask yourself, all things being equal, 1 year from now. So if I had a magic genie and I could take you into the future, right? Whole DeLorean Back to the Future type vibe, right? And I could take you from November 21st, 2025, and I could immediately put you into November 21st of 2026. Write this down. What would have needed to happen in the last 12 months that would have made that year the greatest that you've ever experienced? In 5 categories. Number 1, your personal life. Number 2, your financial life. Number 3, in your business or businesses. Number 4, in your lifestyle or leisure. And number 5, in your contribution to the world. Okay, number 1 again is your personal life. Number 2 is your financial life. Number 3 is your business or businesses. Number 4 is your lifestyle or leisure. And number 5 is your contribution to the world. Family, I'm out of time with you all. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is I want you to almost act as if you are now in November 21st of 2026. Just as clearly as if I was to ask you right now, hey, what did the last year of your life look like? I want you to be able to describe what transpired and transitioned in your life coming out of this call. Family, this is the easiest but hardest work you're ever going to do in your life. One of my favorite quotes by a gentleman by the name of Earl Nightingale. He said, in life, you will only be limited by your imagination and what you see as possible for your life. Some of you are not hitting the success you want as an insurance agent right now because you see it as possible for other people, but you haven't yet seen that for yourself yet. You've seen the numbers that other people have done, but you haven't seen it for yourself yet. Well, Damon, how in the world can I see it for me if I haven't done the numbers yet? It's called vision. Vision is your ability to see with your heart when you close your eyes. Now, with that said, family, if we're not connected on IG, you can connect with me on IG. If you're looking at your screen right now, you can find me under Damon P. Dillard. And no, family, the P is not for periwinkle. Okay, my middle name is not periwinkle. All right. You can find me on IG under Damon P. Dillard. I would love to follow your success and see how well you grow in this industry. Dana, my friend, back to you.
Let's throw some fire emojis in that chat, please. How many people enjoyed Damon? How many people would love to hear from Damon? Who would get benefit out of Damon pouring into you more than just one meeting a year? Damon, do you still have things that you do weekly?
Every Monday night.
Why don't you share that with them? Give everyone an opportunity to learn more and learn more about themselves with your help. What are you doing these days?
Yeah, for sure. So probably the easiest way, when you do follow me on IG, I know a lot of people use Facebook. I'm going to be honest. I am overwhelmed with messages on Facebook, but the team is going through that right now, but that's probably not the best place. If you send me a DM on IG and just say elevate, all right, DM me the word elevate. There are 2 different things that you could do to work directly with me. Again, I am not growing an agency. I haven't grown any agency since 2022. I probably will not ever go back to that just because I feel like I'm in my purpose work now. So I have 2 different programs. One program is called Secrets of a 7-Figure Agent. This is just simply a coaching program. So If you all know anything about basketball, Michael Jordan had Phil Jackson, but he also had Tim Grover. Dana Neeson would be your Phil Jackson. Damon Dillard would be your Tim Grover, right? So that's what I do in that program. I am not going against anything that you would hear in any of your IMOs. I'm just simply teaching principles, right? That's that program. And then I have another program. It's called the Elevated Income Academy. This would just simply be for entrepreneurs. You get access to a call every single Monday night where I am teaching about sales, about offers, about branding, entrepreneurship. I am teaching how to go from one-to-one sales to one-to-many sales. I am teaching about mindset, so I'm getting even deeper into the information that I wasn't able to cover today to give you some practical tools to overcome yourself. Breaking the habit of actually being who you are today to become everything that you aspire to be. So if you want to DM me the word elevate, we can definitely get you more information. And we'll make sure that we honor Dana by giving you a discount into the programs as well.
Awesome. I really appreciate that, Damon.
Yeah.
Wow, we're sprinting into the end of this year, and I know when we were chatting a couple days ago, you were asking me what are the challenges, what are the struggles that you see in general the team is facing, and we can all point out little things here and there, but really the overall of all of it always points to who you are as a person, what decisions you're making, why do you feel like you're hitting those roadblocks, and if you really want to start breaking that down. I know that we're doing some work with Danelle Delgado, but there's no pathway better to hit your goals than understanding what is holding you back from becoming a better version of yourself. And if you can get help from someone like Damon, I would really, really encourage you to take advantage of that and make 2026 your best year yet. Thank you, Damon.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Love you all. Talk soon.
Bye.